Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. This is going to be episode 309 or 310. I did a quick organization video that I'm not sure I'm going to publish it in its current form. I might want to reorganize a little bit more before I share it with you. So today is Romantic Country. We're doing the big edition of the Daily Color, and we are coloring the camping page, not campground, camping page. And I want to continue on with the browns. I went ahead and shared with you these color conversions. I used the My Colorful Country Life to convert yet a couple of more colors today. So I am going to share actually 3 colors, I believe. So here is my further work on our browns, because I am going to do the wood elements, the logs, and we'll see how far we get in our time we have today. I will tell you, if I did not love the Black Widows so much, I would just not want to fuss with their lettering. So it might be that before tomorrow, when I color for the second day this week using them, I might have to be putting labels on them, because it's just so crazy to try to keep it straight. So here is what I'm going to use today. I have not grabbed all of these colors. I have grabbed the BW117. Again, I am using a Chris Cheng video from 7 years ago when she colored this page, and I used her background soft coloring, so I'm continuing these same colors in the foreground. So the darkest tone is Espresso. That's 1099, and that's the Prismacolor color. So I have BW117, which is called Huntsman. And then the second color is SC40 Dark Chocolate. I did use these the last time we were coloring the trees. I've also introduced another color, SD23, to act as 941 Light Umber. But it is so dark, there was nothing near it on the conversion, so I have SC40 has a bit of red in it, and SC23 looks very similar to Espresso. I wish there was a lighter tone to be closer to the light umber. So we'll see if I need to tweak. Most of the browns have a lot of red in them in the Black Widow set. I then have, so I have 3. I'm already confused. BW117, SC40, and SD23. I had to put my own colored ends because these are all black pencils. Then I have 3 subcolors. One color is that 30% warm gray, 1052. The closest is SD018. It is called Graythorn. Then for today's coloring, I grabbed 90% cool gray, 1067. It is MN110 coal, and this is actually not quite as dark as the cool gray. It is, but it's the closest that the chart had. And then I do like there's the antler, which is MN119. That is still sitting on the Lazy Susan, but I have washed green. So for some undertones of the green, because the whole scene is green, I have both antler, and then I pulled this MN108, and they are both to help approximate 1089 Pale Sage, which all of these colors on the right with these numbers, those are all Prismacolor colors that Chris Cheng used. So we will see how well I can keep them straight. I do have the 2 grays I'm putting to the side right now. And I'm going to go ahead and do some blocking in with Huntsman, BW117. I am going to tilt because I need access to this right corner, and I will turn the camera as well. There's the trees that I did last week. So let's get set up so that everybody can be comfortable. And I do have a hard stop I have to go help my mom. She wants to do some furniture reorganizing, and I am also helping her with her craft room. She has just a very cute space for her craft room that is, you know, my craft room is not like you can close a door and it's hidden from view. Everybody can see my craft room. Even everybody on the trail can look in and see my craft room, though it's pretty reflective, so most of the time I'll wave at friends and they don't even see me. And that's okay. So my light source is actually, where's my pen hand? Like up here to the right. I think that might be my favorite light source direction. So I am just using these lines as my guide. The top here will be the lightest. This little bear might be tan or something. I won't want him to be dark brown because then he'll blend in with the logs. I'm assuming these are two children by the bear, and then this child looks young. Switching to, we've got these two darks. One is a little bit less brown, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the dark chocolate, which has more red in it. But see, they all just look dark to me, just dark. And then I do have, I'll probably need to grab what's called DG138. I don't know what its name is. I will find it. Oh, I see, and then I have a light color. I found it. It's right here. Oh, no, this is not that one. So I'm going to have to go back. I'll pause at that point and do a little more hunting. Again, the Black Widow set is actually a compilation of a bunch of smaller sets. And each set was done in a different period of time, so the creator changed their style of the pen and pencil and where the lettering is and what color the lettering is. They did stick with the same font. I do not think that their strong suit was making legible colored pencil labeling. And a few of the sets don't even have dipped ends, and I think they have been altered, and now when they make them, they come with dipped ends. But my versions, I have 1.5 sets because I bought them used. All right, we need to get some color in that, so I'm setting down. And I am going to, this might be it actually. Yeah, DG138. I did not share this with you, but it's kind of an important one. DG138 right here is to mimic 945 Sienna Brown. It is called Castle. And I did use it on the background trees. Oh, and this needs to be sharpened. Just add some color. Okay, we've got some color. Grabbing what's called coal. This is the equivalent of 90% cool gray. I'm just blocking in some shadowy areas. I'm going to try to make sure, yep, you can see what's going on here. We have the whole bulging at the spine. Gonna move over here a bit. Keeping this pretty simple, not overcomplicating it. At least it's my intent to not overcomplicate it. The pencils are complicated enough. I'm just doing soft pressure, not really ovals, more linear, maybe kind of long ovals. I need to get back the browns. I do have this one castle. Castle's main purpose is to just add some warmth. And since I have it in my hand, I'm going to show you that it kind of doesn't matter too much what pencil you have in your hand. I can tell you that down here along this whole bottom, even over here I added some of this color to the bottom part, but it's really in shadow. Gonna hold that down. I've had issues in the past where I had this bowing at the spine and it made the focus kind of wonky. So I hope we do not have that today. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not sure what I'm doing here with this side. Probably it would be lighter and it would be kind of circular with the tree rings. Okay. Now I could even do this. Let me rotate out. They have a very old-fashioned cooking scenario going on here. The light source is somewhat determined already by the trees back here. The only thing I did with those trees back there is I added the pale sage antler and a little bit of the washed. It's MN 108 washed green is what it's called. Alright, I have to rotate around and find... Oh, where did I hide them? Here we are. The 3 dark tones that are all so close. Let's see if we can use them and get some difference. So the darkest is Huntsman. So I'm going to go through, and we still, even in the very front here, I could actually leave it like that. We have these bits of wood. Okay, I don't think my knuckle is causing any grief. I have some of this reddish DG138 that is called, I don't have it right here, it is called Castle. And I'm okay with it being an underlayer. See, it keeps the color warm. But all of this is in shadow over here except a little tiny bit. And this is the darkest of the colors, of the browns. Can't believe that this is the day that my mom took ownership of her home last week, and we didn't even have the pods coming until the next day. They were actually delayed. Not because of something my mom did. She was very organized and timely. They just had her account set to her coming and pick everything up. And she's like, I never ever told you guys that. So they had to scramble to make up for that oversight. Okay, so this is all going to be in shadow, but I will leave that area not as dark. If anything, I just colored. Here, we're going to erase that so I can share what I'm trying to do. If there's any light, it is not going to be this area. It will be out here. If I want to have the 3D effect of that part of the wood being further away, like a 3D effect. And I am almost off the page, so let's get you so you can see this. So what I want to fix is, I want this to be lighter, and if anything, this area could be lighter. Trying to think of where my light source is. So I want very dark right underneath that dark line. That's my shadow line. And if there's a little bit of highlight, that's where it will be. And then I also have underneath this line will be dark. Okay. We will still be putting some color there. This will be in shadow. So there's my shadow lines. I am right now using my eraser as sort of a white pencil. Switching to not quite as dark, dark chocolate, SC40. Okay, so now I have all these little wiggly lines there to give the log bark, you know, a 3D look. So I am, and this is just, I mean, I don't know if I would really do this for this simple of an item, but see, I am trying to get these horizontal lines to kind of give you an idea of how to achieve a natural looking log. It's similar to how I did the trees, just kind of made up bark lines as I went. I see opportunities for some lines on this side, but it is most of it is in shadow. I'll have to darken all this up. Now this log is closer than the trees are, so adding some details, more details than these trees in the background, is definitely in order. Okay, I'm going to move over before I add more color. What I need to do now is match the look of the tree on the right. It needs to look like the tree on the left. And the tree on the left is pretty rough. So I am going to grab the Huntsman, which is the darkest color. I don't know if I've said anything yet, but normally I color with my left arm leaning to the left. But the last couple of times I've been over in Hub's chair, because I can see out the door, I just see the whole thing from the ground up. It's just awesome. Such good creative juices flowing in this place. Well, let's color all this in dark. Okay, so I'm getting some start of my texture lines, using the little squiggles as my guide. And we will darken this whole area. Okay, and we have shadowy spaces. Now, technically the end of this log could all be dark because it is in shadow. But I do have the undertone of the red, which would be the center of the tree where the tree rings are. And then there's this line here where the rest on the exterior here is bark. So I can go over it now. And darken this all up, but I still like the undertone hinting at the rings being lighter. Doing everything horizontal so that we keep the bark flow looking authentic. I am turning the pencil, and some of the lines are fat and soft, and other lines are thin and sharp, and that's okay. Trying to think of the shadows, the indents versus the highlighted areas, which would be the parts that are sticking out further. And I'm always kind of going horizontal, trying to get some random lines to give it some a realistic appearance. Let's go over to this right side and fill this in. This whole area is going to be in shadow. That's looking pretty good. I'm moving on to dark chocolate. Now this dark chocolate has quite a bit of red in it. If I want to come back with a tweener color with not as much red, I do have, oh sorry, that's Huntsman, that's the darkest. I also have Chalk Tone, which is brown with less red. And this is nice and sharp still. This is in half shadow here. I think that what I would do, have the eraser in my hand, acting as a pencil. I think if I go back to Chalk Tone is the, here we go. Dark chocolate has a little bit more red in it, and I want to make sure that that is in shadow. So that has quite a bit of red. starting to get some dimension. Now I just want you to see the chalk tone. SD23 is a little bit darker, and it does not have as much red. But they are really close. Super, super close. So I am just slowly building up the log look. Okay, now moving back across. Actually, I don't have to do it this way. I have to fix that. I have it clipped to the big clip on the clipboard. There we go. It's shifted. I shifted it on accident. Alright, so that's what our logs look like now. I did not use any of the chalk tone on this side, so I'm adding a little bit of it. I actually don't think I like that light there. I want to darken it. Well, I hope you guys are going to have a good weekend. We have finally some cooler weather. Like this morning, it was 69 and misting when I went to work out. I had to wear a hoodie and a little kind of a spring rain jacket and a hat. It was so nice to feel crispness in the air after months of sweaty, humid, hot weather. Okay, so I see that that is a piece of wood. I am watching the time. My mom is only like 1 minute away, the most, but I do have to get out the door, get to the bike, get on the bike, so it's maybe a couple minutes away. When all is said and done, so that was the grayer tone. This is dark chocolate. It has a little bit of red, but it is also quite dark. I can't wait to decide what colors of clothing they're wearing. That's always fun. I haven't done a lot of people. I've done them on my own, but not with you guys. Alright, I'm going back to Chalk Tone. Not quite as dark as Huntsman. It has a little bit of red in it, but not as much as the dark chocolate that I just finished. And what's this? This would be the Huntsman, the darkest color. I think I colored these dark, or these lower ones without you. I am sorry. You're probably like, what is she doing down there? That is what they look like. They have 3 different darker brown tones. I'll set these down. We are just about out of time. But I do want to... I knocked that, sorry. So this is a little bit of a little red tone. Actually think I need to, of course I grabbed the darkest one. This top, I am grabbing Chalk Tone. have not got a lot of this orangey red color going. And I am about out of time, so we will be continuing on tomorrow, adding some more tones, getting these wood elements all finished up so we can then move on to fire, apples, a basket, a teepee, and the two people. There's still many days left. I would say 4 days. And I'd like to do some other tones with these wood elements, but we have them roughed in for the most part. Almost see the whole thing. There we go. So tomorrow we will be continuing on. I hope you will join me, do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing, and we will see you then.